Solskjaer, Deeney, Watkins. Sure, you know all about those last-minute goals, but have you heard the one about the on-loan goalkeeper who saved his temporary employers from disappearing out the Football League and into almost certain financial oblivion? Back in 1999, Carlisle United, managed by Nigel Pearson, were fighting to stay in the Football League. Carlisle's finances were precarious with a capital P that season, leading to a scenario where, with 3 games to go, they had to ask the FA to sanction an emergency loan deal to bring in a goalkeeper. Swindon Town's Jimmy Glass arrived at the club. His efforts in his first 2 games earned the Cumbrians 2 draws. Those vital points meant that Carlisle went into their final game of the Division 3 season, now League 2, needing to beat mid-table Plymouth Argyle in front of their own fans and hope their relegation rival Scarborough didn't win against Peterborough at home. The game at the McCain Stadium finished 1-1, and with the same scoreline at Brunton Park deep into injury time, Scarborough's fans invaded the pitch en masse, believing their Football League status was secure, convinced they'd done enough to stay up. However, there'd be one more plot twist. Carlisle won a corner in the dying seconds, and up came Jimmy Glass. In one of those you couldn't make it up moments, Glass scored from a rebounded header and was promptly swamped by teammates and thousands of fans who quite simply couldn't believe what they'd just witnessed. As for Jimmy Glass, he became an overnight celebrity, but he never played for Carlisle again, and his playing career never really kicked on after that defining moment. He took on various jobs outside of football before finding his way back into the sport as player liaison officer at Eddie Howe's Bournemouth, and most recently the general manager at non-league Wimborne. Not the fairy tale ending to one of the most Hollywood moments in football, but the name Jimmy Glass will live on forever as the scorer of that goal, arguably the most important in any club's history.
Here we go with the main event of the evening.
Good evening and welcome to the Sports Bar on talkSPORT. I'm Jamie O'Hara. Over there, Jason Cundy.
Has anyone seen North London Forever? Can you me North London? You must have been a hell of a beating Thomas Frank. Thomas the Frank engine, do me a favour. Mikola Etta. You boys have been a hell of a beating Chicken Kistoma. Kistoma, can you me Kistoma? You must have been a hell of a beating. The All or Nothing Doc. Honestly, you lot, the All or Nothing Doc. The Glock Ness Monster! Can you hear me, Victor? Can you hear me, Victor? The Glock Ness Monster! You must have been a hell of a beating to Daring to Do with the dog! Tim Sherwood's Gilet! The Gunners Pub! The big cockerel! The big cockerel! Can you hear me, cockerel? You must have been a hell of a beating!
Yeah.
John Burko! The Sainsbury's at Northumberland Park! The new Premier League ball! Can you hear me, Northumberland? You must have been a hell of a beating. The Kebab Venox Arsenal Tube Station. Producer Dale, Edge Boston Coglu, Jamie O'Hara. Can you hear me? You must have been a hell of a beating.
3 days ago, honestly.
Fuck it up.
Last night's transfer stories took away from this weekend's football. Arsenal was smashed at Anfield and Spurs lost to Bournemouth. Cundy wants to talk about it. We want to hear from you. Arsenal fans, your title dream's over already. 3 games in. Spurs fans, Cundy always desperate to talk about Spurs, but I think we've had a really good transfer window.
Gunnosaurus, Darren Bench, hasn't he? Can you hear me? Arteta slow-mo. You must have been a hell of a beating.
Former Premier League referee Dermot Gallagher will join us as well. Cundy's got a bombshell statement to drop about Liverpool and Arne Slot. We're asking as well whether Manchester United should still be in the League Cup after Grimsby broke the rules. Can have your say. 03 717 22 3344.
Don't have a pop at me.
Hello, mate. How are you?
Listen, don't even look.
What are you on about? You're doing it. Has anyone seen?
You lot got away with murder. It was transfer deadline day yesterday. Don't even think about at me. Don't even at me.
Good team, Bournemouth. Good team.
Mate, you had your pants pulled down by Bournemouth.
Good team.
Haven't even spoken about that. Haven't even spoken about Liverpool putting Arsenal's pants down.
What do you want to talk about? You want to talk about what? What about Man City? They got beat.
Yeah, we'll talk about them as well.
Do you know?
But it's a North London special.
What do you mean a North London
it's
special?
It's a North London special, mate.
You
honestly,
Fulham and
you lot. I had to Arsenal tip them in the title. I mean, as I said, I hope I'm wrong, but they keep doing it, don't they? It's like Groundhog Day. It really is. And you lot, you're Groundhog Day as well. The Perriers, we're back. You're back where? You're back to being Spurs.
Good start to the season, mate.
Mate,
6 points. We take that. New manager. New players.
Are you not a bit embarrassed of Tadarius to do? Do you not look at that and go?
No, because we European champions. So
no. Again, I'm going to pull you up. Again,
and we did.
No, you're not European champions. You won the Europa League.
All right, I'm not doing this all season with you.
What
do you want?
Just get it right.
What do you want? Because I feel like I'm 6 minutes in and you're already annoying me. Now you want to talk about Spurs and Arsenal?
Well, I think it's only fair. The transfer window, understandably so, and Isak and all the moves that took place yesterday, we had to discuss them. Yet you lot, you're not off the hook. You got beat at home by Bournemouth, right? Bournemouth rocked up. They were excellent, by the way. They rocked up and they owned. Mm-hmm. They owned. What's your new stadium called? White Hart Lane new stadium. What is it?
It's called the Spurs Stadium.
The Spurs Stadium, right? They owned the Spurs Stadium. Arsenal go up to Liverpool.
Yeah.
Liverpool weren't great actually. They still win 1-0. Arsenal is happening again.
I told you, I'm not convinced with Arsenal.
I'm not convinced by you lot either, but you won't hear it.
We're not convincing. We've never been convincing.
You said you're back the other week.
We are back. We've got
back what?
Mate, we've got a good manager. We've made some good signings. I think our transfer window's done all right. Paulinho, Kudus, Kolo Muani and Javi Simmons. Come on, that's all right. That is all right.
All right for what, though? All right for what? What is it all right for?
Well, to try and get back in Europe. We ain't going to win every week, are we? We beat Man City away. It was a great performance, but we always beat Man City. And then we put in a stinker against Bournemouth. But Bournemouth are a good side. They're a decent team. Got some top players, mate. They're no mugs, Bournemouth.
I know they're not. You lot the mugs.
And we weren't great. Simple as that. We weren't great. But I think Spurs are in good. I think we're in a good spot.
You're in a good spot. In a good place? Good spot? What?
Well,
explain yourself.
Well, we're in a good spot.
What's that mean?
Well, I haven't bought the house yet. Do you know what I mean? But it's, I'm renting. I'm renting. Yeah, it's a good spot. I'm renting. I'm trying
can you
before
afford to buy though.
Yeah, we can. We can afford to buy.
You can.
Yeah, but we're not there yet. We're not quite there. It's not quite over the line, but we're looking all right.
You're never over the line, mate.
We look all right.
I don't know. Okay, fine. We'll have that conversation. But I just want to hear from Arsenal and Spurs fans. And also...
What's your gripe with Arsenal and Spurs all the time?
Well, it's just North London. It's so funny. North London's going to do so much. North London. West London, second in the league, mate. World Club champions. West London's where it's at. That's what I'm saying.
So boring.
Here we go. Turn it up. Where's the laughter track? Whatever the weather. Who come up that line? Whatever the weather. Honestly, must have spent hours on that one. We got weather. What can we come up with? What about whatever? Yeah, that'll do. Stick that in. Whatever the weather.
I've got nothing to do with this, by the way. What are you going after Arsenal for?
No, I'm going after North London. I'm not going after Arsenal. I'm going after Spurs and Arsenal. Both got pumped at the weekend. Both had your pants pulled down. Both. All of a sudden, reality bites. Yeah. It bites.
Listen, I'm more.
I want to hear what the bite feels like and sounds like.
Look, the concern. It's typical Tottenham, mate. That's what we do, right? But Arsenal.
Hold on.
It's typical Tottenham. It's what we do, mate. It's what we do. We beat Man City.
You can't hide behind that because you do.
I can hide behind it.
No, you can't because you were back. You were back on 85 minutes against PSG.
Yeah, no, but the squad's not good enough.
But you were back 85 minutes against PSG.
Okay, yeah, all right. But we've signed some decent players since then. All right, we were poor against Bournemouth. We've signed Javi Simmons and we signed Muani.
All right, we'll see.
So I don't know what you want from me. You know.
I want the truth.
Well, I'm giving you the truth. I'm not gonna give you what you want.
Are you back?
Well, I said we were back because we've got a decent manager and we've got some good players. Well, yeah, I think we're back.
Back where? Back to being Spurs? No, are you back, though? I just want to know what that looks like and feels like, smells like, tastes like. I want to know what it looks like, matey. You're back what? To dare us to do? Is that what you're back doing? To dare us to do?
I think we're doing all right. I think we look all right. Bournemouth are a good team, mate.
Mate, you didn't have a shot on target.
Yeah, what do you want me to say, mate?
Well, I want the truth. Are you back?
It was on Saturday, mate. I've done so many things since then.
No, hold on.
I've done so many things since Saturday.
The transfer window is not getting you out of a hole.
Okay, well, it is because, I feel like I don't need to talk about it. Arsenal is more of a talking point. That was on Sunday.
You don't need to talk about it.
Arsenal played on Sunday against Liverpool, all right?
You beat Man City, right? And then all of a sudden you're back. To dare is to do means something. I've got to get that. Can we get that in the actual, its true form? I'll read that out. And now all of a sudden, 6 days later, you're not back. What part of that are you back or not back? What are Spurs doing under Thomas the Frank engine? Are you back or not? I want to know.
Go on, take some calls.
He's not even leaning forward. Well, no, from Gooners as well. What about that? Honestly, I actually thought Arsenal played quite well first half. Right, and all of a sudden it's like, let Liverpool off the hook. They were there, about to put Liverpool on the hook, and it's like they're little wiggled away.
I'm not convinced with Gyökeres, Not sure I'm having him. I'm not sure I'm having him.
But mate, he looked wooden, didn't he?
He looks a bit stiff.
Well, the Gockless monster, as he's been named in the office.
What? Who's giving that?
I did.
So let's not put the office.
Victor, the Gockless monster. That's what we're going to call him.
Why?
In a minute.
Why?
Well, just it kind of works. Loch Ness Monster's a bit of a myth. The Gockless Monster's a bit of a myth. Victor, the Gockless Monster. I'm just throwing it out there. Look, apparently he's in there in the lock. Apparently he's on the pitch. Mate, honestly, he was running around like a table when he wasn't he? The movement of a big table, a big old 10-seater.
Look, maybe he needs to get up to speed. I think Arsenal fans are going to give him some time. He needs
the
some
time. I don't know about the Gockless Monster.
Has he had a proper pre-season?
Not by the look of him. No. He's had a good off-season.
Yeah,
he don't look fit. He don't look sharp.
Don't look sharp enough yet.
No, not for the Premier League.
I think he needs a bit more time, but before we start judging him. But the Premier League's ruthless. Ekitike's coming at Liverpool. Looks bang on.
Yes, he does. Yeah,
Gyökeres has come in, and you're like, right, come on,
Gockless Monster.
Get yourself going, pal, because 5 or 6 games, people will start judging you.
Yeah, it's true.
Let's go to some calls. Let's go to Chris. He's an Arsenal fan. Chris.
All right, Chris.
Hello, gentlemen. You well?
All right, Chrissy, you?
Not too bad. Great show, lads. I know it's just started.
It's not a great show. You've just got Cundy whinging and moaning about North London. Like the show's garbage.
It's not been a great show to
I'll change. Let me try and change that then.
No, it's not been a great show. Yeah. Go on, make it better.
So I'm 45, the boring point. I've been going over there for 42 years with my dad and my granddad. And now I'm getting a massive bit of deja vu from Arsene Wenger. In a different way, though. When we won the Invincibles, we won a 002, Invincibles 04. We had a team of 6'4" big men, athletes, tough. Could play, but could put it about. And then our manager, over the next 5-6 years, decided to go with 5'4", tidy little footballers. And it didn't work. But he was very stubborn about it. We all knew that we needed a big Vieira replacement. We heard about for 15 years. We needed a goalkeeper. We needed a centre-half. So we were there or thereabouts, top 4. But we never really believed we were going to do anything in the title race. Fast forward 20 years. 3 years ago, Arteta got lucky. We had Saliba come in. No one knew anything about Saliba. He was brilliant. Odegaard just signed permanently. Was brilliant. We got no injuries. We were 11 points clear at one point. And then, was that a violin? Cheers, boys. And it just seems Arteta's now gone, well, I'm going to play defensive football no matter what. But why spend 350 million quid on attacking players and just refuse to let the boys play football? I know it's a different game now, and it's all about analysis and do that and XG. But your point is, why is Arteta being so stubborn on not allowing the front floor just to go and play football? What do you think?
Why do you think, Chris?
Because I think he's scared to death of getting the sack.
Well,
you spend all that money. I've been trying to get on for 2 years, so I'm going to make me point.
Go on.
Go on.
But no, yeah, I don't understand why you're buying Gorkarez, who he's not pathetic, is he, as you just said. But why are you not playing to his strengths? Why are we not...
What do you think the Goitness monster?
He's not fit, is he? He looks overweight. He looks like he's running around a bus.
It's a bit harsh. I mean, you got to give him some time.
He's scored 2 goals in 3 games. You've got to give him 10 games. Of course you have. He's got the same amount of goals as the Liverpool boy. But, yeah, I just don't see why we don't play to these boys' strengths. Martinelli's gone backwards because he's obviously told him...
You're just Stoke, aren't you? You've just turned into Stoke.
What's with the long balls? What's all that about?
I don't get it. I don't. He's got Declan Rice, who's better than I ever thought he was. And he's just... I don't get it, lads. Why play Marino, Zubamendi and Rice against Liverpool? You've got Eze. Yeah. You've got Namweri. You've got the kid. I know you're not going to play the kid from the start, but I can just see the same thing happening as the last 3 years. And drawing games and taking advantage against the boys.
What change? Change.
What a change. Number 10 is going to go out, little guys. What do you think? What do you change?
Oh, crazy little fucking goal.
The Grotness monster.
03717 22 33 You listen to the Sports Bar on talkSPORT, me, Jamie O'Hara, Jason Cundy. We're asking whether Manchester United should be back in the League Cup. Grimsby have had a mare. They played an ineligible player for 20 minutes in that game. 03717 223344. They got a fine, but should they have had more? First, though, Arsenal beaten 1-0 by Liverpool in the Premier League on Sunday thanks to Dominic Szoboszlai's 30-yard screamer. Arsenal invincible Emmanuel Petit joined White and Jordan yesterday. He said that he wasn't happy with a lack of creativity from the Gunners.
from the start of the game, I was quite frustrated with the first 11, the team sheet. And I was thinking, what the hell? If you bring players like Eze and as well Odegaard and they're on the bench, so that means they are able to play. So what's the point? You play against probably your toughest opponent, to win the Premier League, and one of your best player, you put them on the bench at the start of the game. So I didn't understand that. So after the game, I was very frustrated with the result, of course, but with the second half, and I was quite frustrating with the lack of connection, with Gyökeres. I was very frustrated with once more time, the production from Martinelli.
There's Emmanuel Petit speaking about Arsenal. He played in some unbelievable sides, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Let's go to Will. He's an Arsenal fan. All right, Will.
All right, Will.
I'm all right. How are you both doing?
All right, Will.
Be better when
North London forever.
Sorry?
I'm all right, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I was disappointed the other day. I was very disappointed, in terms of the results. I thought we did okay. We didn't create much, but when you go to Anfield, it's always going to be tough.
But you ain't created much. You ain't really created much to start the season, have you?
But Liverpool created hardly anything. There was a blinder, that goal. Blinder. And had we got that 0-0, you'd have said, great performance.
I know, but I'm a bit bored of watching Arsenal just sitting, camping, and long throws and set pieces and corners. It's just like, you want to win the league, right? That's your aim. You need to win the league.
But we have been competing, and we don't have a divine right to win the league. It's hard to win the league. We have been competing.
It's just a bit boring.
Well, it's about winning. It is about
you ain't
competing.
winning. You lost against Liverpool.
It's the second game in. We signed enough players, I think, to win. But I do agree about Gyökeres. He definitely has the quality, but he looks
the Goknex monster.
Yeah, he is a bit of a statue. He disappears in the game every time. He's like.
Listen, I'm not going to start knocking him yet, right? Because
no one's knocking him.
Well, you are knocking him. You call him the Goknex monster. You are knocking him. You called him a table.
He did look. He had the movement of a. Yeah.
You are knocking him. So don't sit there and say.
No, you know what? You're right. I am. I've just knocked him.
Yeah, you knocked him. So let's not beat around the bush here.
No, you're right. You're right.
But I think it's early days, really early days with him. So
it is early days.
He probably needs to get up to a bit of speed. He needs to get up to Arsenal's intensity in terms of what they want going forward. Because I don't think he's at it.
He's not used to it yet. He's not used to it, and he didn't spend enough of pre-season with us either. So it can take time for players. When Henry came to us, it took a bit of time to settle in. He definitely has the quality. He showed that against Leeds with one of his goals.
It's Leeds, though. I mean, honestly, I hear you.
Have you seen the goal? Have you seen the goal he scored?
What do you think?
Not the penalty, the other one.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a great goal.
It's a good individual goal, but I mean,
someone said he looks like he's playing in a celebrity charity match.
Yeah.
It was an unbelievable shout. It looks like Dan Osborne just going through.
Yeah, look, I'm being a little bit unkind, having a little bit of fun, but the truth is, he's not what I. So listen, Ekatike, right? People talk about taking time to adjust. I know you're right. Players take time. I've seen it enough at my club, and you can't judge them straight away. But
too early.
Too early. But Ekatike has shown you can adjust and can adapt and can get the ball rolling. Look, I've seen all three of Liverpool's games, right? Every single one of those games, they could have drawn. They could be sitting on 3 points right now, right? But they're not. They're sat on 9. Yeah. They're sat on 9. And they've not been great, Liverpool. It is, you're right, a Solskjaer brilliant free kick. And then you look back what happened at Bournemouth it was Bournemouth, was it the first game of the season. They score a late equaliser and they're going to win it 4-2. Against Newcastle, down to 10 men. But they find a way. So, they don't look great, but they're like champions already. And that's, ominous, I think.
Yeah, they remind me of the United teams who would not look so great under Ferguson and they would just always find a way. It does remind me of that a lot. And you got to give them credit on that front. It's no fluke. It's no fluke at all.
They're looking good. They're looking good. Listen, thanks for your call. Let's go to negative Chris. He's Arsenal fan. All right, Chris.
Hello, negative Chris.
How are you, Chrissy?
Hello, boys.
Chrissy boy.
You all right?
All right, Chrissy boy.
Great.
Yeah, so basically, I'm still frustrated about Sunday because, let me ask you boys a question, right? If Odegaard was 100% fit, would he have started that game?
Probably.
Be honest, would he have started?
Yeah, probably.
We know the answer to that, yeah?
Right. So why didn't Eze start? It's not like he hasn't played all season for Palace or hasn't had match fitness.
No.
So why would you play 3 DMs? We're not Stoke. Do you know what I mean? Well, exactly. It's like we've got Mikel Pulis in the dugout. It's very. I was very angry on Sunday. And as for this Gyökeres thing, listen, when you've got our best attacking midfielders on the bench, he's getting no service, and he's got that clown Martinelli on the left. I remember that break. We had a breakthrough. It was like 4-on-3 or whatever it was. Gyökeres made a run between Van Dijk. And what did Martinelli do? He went straight to the corner flag.
No, but did you see the run, though? I mean, Martinelli thinking, there's no point in me putting it in there because you never get in there.
No.
I remember the run you're on about.
Martinelli's brain dead.
No,
he's brain dead. I'm sorry.
I think we're talking about the same ball. He needs to keep it. He's talking about the one he passed back inside.
No, Martinelli went on a little maze in. He should have put Gyökeres in. But Gyökeres made a run, and it was a good run, but it didn't look like he would have got there. And Martinelli didn't play it. And that's when I noticed it. That was the moment I noticed. I'm like, God, he looks stiff.
But look, we know what Gyökeres can do. You saw the individual goal he scored.
Do we know?
Well, hold on. You saw what he done in the individual goal he scored against Leeds. So the ability is there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I take that pinch of salt.
And he's had no pre-season at all, by the way. Let's not forget that.
Yeah. Well, that explains the stiffness, doesn't it?
No, I think you've got to give him time. I think it's harsh to...
But
you ain't got time. This is the thing. You ain't got time.
It's 3 games in, Jamie.
No, I know, mate, but
listen, you've answered
Liverpool get away from you. All of a sudden, it's a big old uphill battle.
Sorry, listen. Right, you've answered your own question, right? If Gyökeres is not fit and he doesn't look it, you made the point. Why is he not starting Eze, who is fit?
Well, exactly. Well, there you go then. Someone explain that to me. And when Eze come on for the 20 minutes that he had, he done more than what Martinelli done in 70.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't get what this manager's doing. And he's got to stop this 3 defensive midfielders rubbish, because if we go to City away, Spurs away, and I don't see Eze or Odegaard in that midfield, and I keep seeing Marino in there, I'm going to lose my you-know-what. Because this is just ridiculous now. Because Liverpool were there for the taking, I thought. Ekatike didn't do much. Yeah. And Florian Havertz, he did nothing as well on Sunday. So at the end of the day, they were there for the taking. Yeah. But we went there for a 0-0. Arteta did not go there for the win. I don't care what anyone tells me. He went there for a 0-0, a bore draw.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though. Big up Madueke. I thought he had a great game because he had Kirkes on toast a couple of times.
It's a good battle between the pair.
I like Madueke.
I thought he had a good game. But the rest of them, apart from the defence, you could say, they were shocking. It was awful. It was boring to watch.
God, it was a terrible game of football. It was.
It was crap.
Do you know what, though? I mean, look, when you look back over the game, and football's so reactionary. Had Arsenal scored 2 late winners, things would be different, right? We have conversation different. But the truth is, when you look back over the story of the game, I thought Arne Slot's Liverpool were very negative. They allowed Arsenal to dictate to a point, and then Arsenal were allowed to get so far and never really quite made it happen. And then you look with the second half, and Liverpool were better. I just wonder whether it was a little bit like Arne Slot saying, you haven't got 90 minutes of this in you. We're going to sit here. Because Liverpool at home don't do that. And they go on and they get the wonder goal. Fine. Another day it's a draw. But the truth is, Arne Slot got it right. Again. He gets it right again. And this is not by coincidence. It's not by accident. He keeps getting it right. I don't think Liverpool are a brilliant side. Honestly, I don't. But the way I've seen them. But actually, they are, because they keep getting the result they need and they get over the line. And they won the title at Cantor. I don't think they're going to win the title at Cantor. But what I saw at the weekend, They're going to get results because they know how to find a way, and they've got a manager that knows how his team can find a way. And I have to say, I think it's a bad result for the Premier League at the weekend, actually. I think Liverpool are going to probably go on and probably win it again easily.
Yeah, no, signed Isak as well, by the way.
Well, that's before Isak.
That's just like, look at that. Look at their firepower up front.
The ball cost you, though, didn't it, Chrissy? The ball's bouncy, round. Ray is struggling with it.
There's a lot of air in it. There's a lot of air in the ball.
Yeah.
What is Ray talking about?
Yeah, it's pink as well.
No, it's bouncy.
Oh, my God, honestly, man. Well, they're going to start playing with the flyaway balls back in the day.
But the Wembley. Remember those old Wembley balls? Do you have them? It's to win the local fair. Wembley balls, mate. They go anywhere they wanted to.
Miles will play with them as well.
You'd like to see a Premier League game, one of those balls.
Excuses, man.
The old Wembley balls.
Some of these excuses are embarrassing.
Puma balls causing all sorts of problems. David Ray.
Extra bouncy ball.
Yeah. Chrissy, thanks for your call. Keep them coming in. You want to talk Arsenal fans? You were a little bit worried after the result at the weekend. 03717 223344. You listen to the Sports Bar talkSPORT. Me, Jamie O'Hara, Jason Cundy. Going to have a look back at all the rest of the weekend's Premier League action. We're getting calls from Arsenal fans as well. They got beat at Anfield on Sunday. And Grimsby, they broke the rules, by the way. Man United potentially could have been back in the League Cup. They fielded an ineligible player. They got fined 20 grand. What did you make of that, Jace? What do you think should have happened? Because There's a few Man United fans saying they should be back in and Grimsby should be out.
Well, first off, if you break the rules like that, I don't see a way how Grimsby can still be in the competition. I genuinely don't. And it sounds harsh, but I genuinely don't. If that had happened if it was the other way round, would we be saying the same? Would we say, no, it's fine, 20 grand fine for Man United? Are we now judging it by the club? They broke the law. They broke the rules. I'm sorry. You have to leave the competition. I genuinely feel that. I don't think Man United should get back in either, by the way.
No?
No, I think
Why?
Because they got knocked out. They got knocked out.
No, but the player come on for 20 minutes.
Yeah, and they got knocked out.
Shouldn't have been on the pitch.
Yeah, they got knocked out. I think that what should happen now is whoever they face, Grimsby, is Sheffield United.
I can't remember what the score was.
Got Sheffield United in my head. I think they should get a bye. That's what I think should happen. Grimsby should not be in the competition. If there's going to be a law and a rule for everyone, it should be the same. And I seem to remember an FA Cup game for a lower league team a few years ago that done exactly the same. They got kicked out of the FA Cup.
Yeah, Grimsby Town have been fined 20 grand for fielding an ineligible player. Clark Odeyor, joined on loan the day before from Bradford City, was registered 1 minute and 59 seconds after the 12 p.m. deadline, making him ineligible to play for Grimsby in their game against Man United.
But they have to go.
But they did play him.
They have to. I'm sorry. The rules and the laws are there. You broke it. I don't care who. I don't care who you are. You've broken the law. You've broken the rules. You have to leave the competition.
Man United shouldn't be back in.
I don't think, United are kicked. You can't go back. You can't reinstate United. That's happened. They're the unfortunate ones on the back of something that's happened. Grimsby now have got to
Not unfortunate. They were terrible anyway. They deserved to go out.
No, I meant that. Yes, okay, whatever you want to stretch out. But I think
Sheffield Wednesday.
Sheffield Wednesday, not a Sheffield club. Sheffield Wednesday get a bye. That's how it should work for my money.
Do you think Grimsby should be out?
Yes, I do. I do. I'm sorry, this is going to sound very harsh, but there's rules and laws for a reason, and if you break those, the punishment has to be. We've just seen what's happened with Crystal Palace, all right? That they have just been let down by the owners not registering the ownership in times for rules, including Europe.
Yeah.
Same laws have got reply. I don't understand how anyone can argue against that. That if you break it, sorry, here's your punishment. That's how I see it.
Okay, Man United fans, you can have your say. Do you feel hard done by? Do you think you should be back in the competition? Let's go to Greg, though. He's an Arsenal fan. All right, Greg?
All right, Greg.
How you doing, gentlemen? You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right, Greg. You?
All right, Greg.
Yeah, not too bad, lads. Not too bad.
Good.
Getting a little bit tetchy from the narratives you're pushing out here tonight, boys.
Go on.
Narratives?
Yeah, like all this Arteta Pew list, just like nonsense. Like it's just the Gyökeres stuff you're coming up with, like
the Groknes monster.
Yeah, all that nonsense. Like he's got the same amount of goals as João Pedro. He's got the same amount of goals as Ekatike. Like what exactly? I don't understand why you're homing in on him. He's not going on for the the 007 thing that everyone puts out there now. He's off the mark. He's adjusting to his new team. He's doing all right. Okay, he's lacking on service a bit, but he's not hiding.
How do you think he looked?
I'm not knocking him. He's not hiding. He's not
No.
putting it in.
How do you think he looked, though? Do you think he looked fit?
Oh, yeah. Like he's not doing 90 minutes and stuff like that, is he? He's not coming off after 60 because he's blowing. It's what I mean.
Do you think he looked fit? Do you think that's... let me ask you this, right? If that's as good as you get, movement, moving the ball, I just wanted... Are you happy with...
I wouldn't expect him to be as good as he can be right now, but the same as Jace. After the international break, the first 2 games or 3 games, I wouldn't expect Alexander Isak to be absolutely firing.
Yeah.
He hasn't had a pre-season with his team at all.
Greg, I agree with you. I agree with you. I think it's a bit harsh to be knocking him already.
I think it's a bit early.
It just looked a bit wooden.
All this.
What about Florian Wirtz? He don't look great.
As long as he's scoring, I don't care. Like literally, that's what he's there to do now for us: is score.
How do you think you played against Liverpool, though? Because it wasn't a great watch.
Do you know what, Jamie? Honestly, I completely understand what the guys are saying, like Marino in the 10 and all that sort of stuff. But I also respect the fact that when Arteta looks at these games, he's not going there to try and go toe-to-toe with Liverpool because they're going to beat you at their own game, at their own ground. So he's trying to do something different. And okay,
why can't you?
I know,
you?
Like, haven't you got to that point though where you can go toe to toe? I mean, isn't that the whole point of trying to win the league?
Our best defender after 3 minutes. Our Saka's. We haven't got Saka. Like,
you signed Madueke. You know, you've got Eze. You've got Eze.
He's done all right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, are we getting to the point where you've got to go toe to toe? You want to win the league, you've got to go toe to toe with Liverpool.
I don't know why Arsenal can't. You are.
No, we can and we will.
But you don't.
It's so early in the season.
No, I'm sorry.
Early in the season.
Yeah. So here's the thing, right? I felt at half time. One of my best mates is a Liverpool fan, right? And he was at the ground, and I said to him, "If it carries on like this, Arsenal win this. Liverpool were poor first half. They looked a little bit off colour. I've seen all the games Liverpool played. They've looked off colour,
yes,
right?
That's right.
I know.
I completely get that, right?
But second half...
How did Salah get on? How did Gakpo get on? How did TK get on? How did Verts get on?
I know, but they won.
Had nothing in them. It took a worldie for them to do it.
I know.
It took a worldie moment for them to beat Newcastle. It took a worldie last 10 minutes for them
That's
to
what
beat
champions do.
on the first day.
But that's what champions
It is
do.
what champions do. But you can't maintain their form of what they're doing right now for a whole season.
I said that all last season, though.
They are a class act.
But I said that last season. Liverpool were not brilliant. I don't care what anyone tells me. Liverpool were not brilliant last season. But do you know what?
All respect to them for doing it.
No, but
all I'm saying is it's so early to be like, oh, Teta Pulis, he needs to be gone. He's spent this money. He's done this. He's done that. Like, have the same energy for everyone then.
No one says he needs to be gone.
You know what I mean?
No one said
Chelsea aren't flying.
No.
Aren't flying. City aren't flying.
No, but this is your season, though, right? This is your season, Arsenal. This is you spent the money. Well, it is. You spent the money. This is the one. Every Arsenal fan saying this is the season. Arsenal have to try and win the league or win the league, and then Arteta has to come under scrutiny if he don't.
Everyone else saying it.
Yeah, but if Arsenal don't win the league this season, if you finish second again, are you happy with that?
It's all in context, right?
Are you happy with finishing second?
More than anything. If we finish second in a close race and we win an FA Cup and...
I'm not asking that. No, forget that. Don't care about the Carabao Cup. Arsenal need to win the league.
Yeah, and that's what I want more than anything.
So if you finish second, though, you're going to be happy?
Not happy, of course not. But...
So then that's where the question mark is. Arteta has got to do it this season.
Why does it have to be win or bust just for him? It doesn't make sense.
Because you spent a lot of money.
Why just Arteta? So
you spent a lot of money.
The transfer record twice in the same window. They spent a lot of money. It's up to them. The pressure's on them to retain. City has spent a load of money.
Yeah, I think Slot and Pep have got a little bit more in the bank than Arteta right now. Would you agree?
Well, listen. Obviously, Pep. His history, yes, he does, but he must be on a tightrope pretty soon.
Well, if they carry on, okay. If they
exactly, but you don't talk about that, do you? Because it's all about Arteta.
No, but he's just won the treble about 3 years ago. Honestly,
3 years ago, exactly.
Right, you talk about
football. How would he still be in the job if Abramovich was his owner 3 years ago?
Listen, all I'm hearing from you is deflective tactics.
Right? It's not deflective.
No, you are. You're deflecting. Let me ask you this then. Will Arteta be in charge if Abramovich owned Arsenal?
No. But I accept that. And that's why I'm glad that Abramovich isn't, because I like the fact
Abramovich
that
won everything, mate.
Arsenal has more class and tradition than that.
Class and tradition. Isn't it amazing? The word class comes out now all of a sudden, right? Class.
It's true. It's true.
Listen, we won 2 Champions League. We're world champions.
A Chelsea fan can look at, and those are the 2 words that will never be associated with your club.
Greg,
like, you can say, we're winners, we've won everything, and all that stuff, but that is the truth of the matter.
How many trophies you won with class and tradition?
More than Chelsea in their history.
How many Champions Leagues you won? With class and tradition. I want to just narrow this down. With class and tradition, how many Champions Leagues have you won?
How many league titles did you win before 2004, Jace?
No one cares, mate, because you know what? You talk about Abramovich.
There we go.
You talk about Abramovich. You want to talk You brought Abramovich into the conversation, not me. All right?
Yeah, I did, because I was knocking back on your well, Pep won it 3 years ago.
You bought
That's what I'm saying.
You
put all the pressure on Arteta for this season.
No, I'm just saying.
3 years ago.
You said, your words, not mine, that if Abramovich was in charge of Man City, he'd have sacked Pep. I think something like that, yeah?
I believe so, yeah.
And I asked you, if Abramovich was in charge of Arsenal, would he have sacked Pep with Arteta?
Arteta.
And then you bought class. You want to bring class in. It's fine. You can do what you want, right? I couldn't care less. And I asked you, how many trophies in Champions League class has won you?
No, yeah. And you asked how many Champions Leagues won, and I asked how
many World Club Championships have this class won you?
Listen, Greg, thanks for your call, mate. I appreciate it.
You ain't winning that one, mate.
You don't win anything with class and tradition.
Class and tradition. Isn't that amazing, right? That they retreat back to their cave, right? The Arsenal, the gold, the marble floor of Highbury. Honestly, we're talking about now. He brought.
I think he's under pressure to win the league this season, Arteta. I think he has to. Whether he does or not.
Greg was under pressure there, mate. Greg was under. Gosh.
Stop digging at Arsenal, mate. Come on.
No, listen. Arsenal they've been brilliant, but they haven't quite been brilliant enough. They keep falling short, right? Keep falling short.
All right, have you say 03717 22 3344. I want to speak to Man United fans as well. What do you think should happen with the League Cup situation? You're listening to the Sports Bar Talk Sport. Myself, Jamie O'Hara, and Jason Cundy. We're going to be joined by Premier League referee Dermot Gallagher. Go over the shambles of a weekend VAR event. Absolute joke, them lot. Grimsby Town have been fined 20 grand for fielding an ineligible player in the Carabao Cup win over Man United. Clark Odeyor, joined on loan the day before from Bradford, was registered 1 minute 59 seconds after the deadline, making him ineligible to play. Let's hear from Manchester United fans on this situation. Should you be back in the Cup? Let's go to Will. He's a Man United fan. All right, Will?
Oh, man, you're all right.
I'm all right, Will. How are you?
I'm good, mate.
How you feeling?
I think it's a disgrace. Like, as in, like, I'm a Man United fan, but I don't understand. I mean, you said just he was registered, what was it? A minute after?
Yeah, 2 minutes, yeah. 1 minute 59.
All right, 2 minutes after. But what was our squad worth that night? Like 769 million?
You still got beat, and you're still garbage.
And Grimsby's was worth 3.1 million.
Yeah.
Right. That's £750,000 difference in the squads. Like, I get right.
Yeah.
I understand where you're coming from like if you're looking at the rules. But we were pathetic that night.
Okay, but here's a question for you.
We were pathetic for the whole season.
Yeah, I understand that, and you have been. But here's a question for you. If that Clark Odeyor come on 20 minutes to go and scores the winner, would you have the same outlook on it?
Well, he missed a penalty that game.
Yeah, he missed a penalty, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, what difference did he really make?
I know, but I'm asking you the question because that could have happened.
But it didn't.
I know, but that's where the rule is and the law. He's ineligible. He could have come on. They put him on. He could have come on and bent one in the top corner and knocked you out.
The only thing, right, if it was the other way around, what do you think would have happened? If the roles were reversed?
Well, this is why I'm saying I think Grimsby should be kicked out.
But you think we should carry on with the pathetic performance we've had this season?
No, but it's not about United. It's not about United. I know you've got a vested interest, but the truth is, if this happened, it's to stop teams and prevent teams and warn teams, you can't do this. But I don't see a £20,000 fine. I think they've got to go. I think they've got to leave the competition. If you don't want to take this competition seriously, and everyone adheres to the same rules, whether it be you're in the Premier League or League Two, all rules apply. Same rules for everyone. You get your team sheet in, you get it on time, so that the EFL and the Carabao, whoever's in charge of the EFL Cup, they know who is eligible, who's not. Right? That's carte blanche. It doesn't matter who you are, whether you're Manchester United or Mansfield. All rules apply. I just generally feel that's how. If we're going to be realistic about this and have fair rules, it has to be fair for everyone.
No, but I don't think you're looking at it the right way.
So what way should I look at it?
Well, I mean, what Grimsby, are they League Two? I think Grimsby.
No. Tell you what, for the sake of this conversation, let's call them Team A and Team B. Right? Let's not. Okay, so Team A.
£750 million.
No. That's irrelevant to this to me.
We can look at it that way if you want.
No, Team A and Team B.
Okay.
Okay. So Team B.
What, juggernaut of the Premier League?
No. Team A, Team B.
Okay.
All right. Team A fields an ineligible player in that competition, and he's registered a minute late, whatever it might be. Yet he scores a winner against Team B. Okay.
But he didn't.
Forget.
He didn't though. He missed a penalty.
Okay, fine. So the same rules apply. Whatever you want to call it. I'm trying to exaggerate the point to prove a point, right? But the same rules apply.
I know what you're trying to prove, but it's.
So you're now saying there should be positive discrimination against Manchester United?
I don't think we're good enough to be in that cup.
That's irrelevant anyway. In my mind. I don't know what you think, Jay, but it's Team A v Team B.
So who takes Grimsby's place then?
Well, I think Sheffield Wednesday get a bye.
Sheffield Wednesday?
They got Sheffield Wednesday the next round.
What, the club that's... Well... I mean, I don't really know what's happening
Team
Sheffield
C.
Wednesday, but
Team C.
Team C gets
I was going to say Sheffield Wednesday.
Listen, I hear you, and you're looking at it from a Man United perspective because you're a Man United fan and how bad they were. And yeah, they deserved to go out to competition because they were terrible. But there's rules in football. There's things in place for these situations. Players get registered. You have to pick your team. You have to have a Premier League squad of 25 players. You have to then, and if you're not in a squad, you can't play. It's a competition. Competition rules apply. They fielded an ineligible player. He played. He come on. What happened in the game, regardless, he missed a penalty, whatever. He come on. He played in the competition, and he wasn't meant to. That's where you look at it and go, well, where's the fairness in the competition then? It's harsh because Grimsby deserved to go through, and I'm glad they went through, and I'm glad they're not out because I think it's good for the competition.
As someone who goes to watch Port Vale quite a lot, I'm quite disappointed we didn't beat David Artell, but I can understand your point. But I've got nothing else to say, lads. You've done me.
Right,
you've done me.
Listen, Will, I appreciate your call. Let's ask Josh. He's a Man United fan. Josh.
Right, Josh.
Hello, mate. All right.
All right, Josh. You?
Right, Josh.
Yeah, not bad. I'm just making the point, really, that obviously Man United are out, but if that was a non-league side in the FA Cup, then they would be out straight away.
Yeah, they would. I've seen it happen in non-league. I've been around it. First rounds and all that.
I just don't think
player and eligible player. You're gone.
Well, I follow Swords for quite a lot as well, and it's just unfair, isn't it? Really, even if they are League Two, that should make the point. Should be the point.
I agree with you. I do. And if it's going to be,
do you think you should be back in, Josh? Do you think you should be reinstated?
Oh, 100%.
Don't agree with that.
Thing is, if that's Man United, they get a £500,000 fine.
Well, no, you should get kicked out as well. Now, forget the fine. I understand why it's a £20,000 fine, and Grimsby are who they are, and the EFL would have taken sympathy on that because they can't give them a £500,000 fine. But either we're going to have rules and laws or we're not.
Yeah, exactly that. Wait, like I said, if that's non-league, they're out straight away.
Yeah, no, it's
true. The other team's put straight through.
Yeah, I've seen. I'm sure. I can't remember. I remember being around it when I was at Billericay. The same thing happened.
You didn't pick an eligible player, Joe, did you?
I don't.
You didn't come off the bench, did you, mate? I've seen enough of this.
No, but
He's a manager. He can't
I've
play.
seen it in non-league because it happens because there's a lot of players moving around in non-league and there's a lot of movement because there's no transfer window, right? So it happens a lot. An ineligible player, you pick him, and all of a sudden you're like, "Oh, he's ineligible." You're out. You're kicked out of the competition.
Secretary at that football club. It's someone's job and responsibility to ensure that every player that can be available to be made available has to be registered for that tournament. That's their job. It's their job. They're people employed by football clubs to do that job. Someone has dropped the ball at Grimsby. They dropped it badly, and as bad as this might sound, they should not be in this competition.
Well, they are.
Well, they shouldn't be. Because you know what might happen one day? And it's not inconceivable, certainly around a time when the transfer window was open. It might happen to a Premier League club. Let's say it happens, I'm going to pick a club around Bournemouth, right? If they did that and they knocked out a Grimsby, same rules have got to apply.
Yeah, no, I agree.
You've got to have the same rules.
I think that's where the issue lies. I know because it's Grimsby and Man United, it's, David versus Goliath situation. They've gone through. It's amazing. But the problem is you've opened yourselves up to an issue further down the line because say it happens again.
100% right.
So it happens again, and that player who comes on does score a worldie.
There you go.
And he's ineligible, and he knocks out Tottenham.
There you go.
And you go, and we're trying to win the competition. They knock him out. And
no, if that happens,
he's ineligible.
If that happens, it's fine. That's fine if that happens.
Honestly,
I ain't got a problem with that.
I'm sick to death here. Sick to death, yeah. It's a problem. I think they've got it wrong here. I do.
I agree.
I do. I have to say, I think they got it wrong, and it's harsh on Grimsby, but yeah, it's a tough one. That. All right, look, loads to go at. You can have your say. We'll take some more calls. Grimsby, you can phone us up. Give us your take. Man United fans, Arsenal fans, Spurs fans, Aston Villa as well. Not been a good start for yous. We're gonna have a little chat about them. You listen to the Sports Bar on talkSPORT. With talkSPORT Bet. Download the new talkSPORT Bet app today. 18+. We're going with a dog.
Aguero, Solskjaer, Deeney, Watkins. Sure, you know all about those last-minute goals, but have you heard the one about the on-loan goalkeeper who saved his temporary employers from disappearing out the Football League and into almost certain financial oblivion? Back in 1999, Carlisle United, managed by Nigel Pearson, were fighting to stay in the Football League. Carlisle's finances were precarious with a capital P that season, leading to a scenario where, with 3 games to go, they had to ask the FA to sanction an emergency loan deal to bring in a goalkeeper. Swindon Town's Jimmy Glass arrived at the club. His efforts in his first 2 games earned the Cumbrians 2 draws. Those vital points meant that Carlisle went into their final game of the Division 3 season, now League 2, needing to beat mid-table Plymouth Argyle in front of their own fans and hope their relegation rival Scarborough didn't win against Peterborough at home. The game at the McCain Stadium finished 1-1, and with the same scoreline at Brunton Park deep into injury time, Scarborough's fans invaded the pitch en masse, believing their Football League status was secure, convinced they'd done enough to stay up. However, there'd be one more plot twist. Carlisle won a corner in the dying seconds, and up came Jimmy Glass. In one of those you couldn't make it up moments, Glass scored from a rebounded header and was promptly swamped by teammates and thousands of fans who quite simply couldn't believe what they'd just witnessed. As for Jimmy Glass, he became an overnight celebrity, but he never played for Carlisle again, and his playing career never really kicked on after that defining moment. He took on various jobs outside of football before finding his way back into the sport as player liaison officer at Eddie Howe's Bournemouth, and most recently the general manager at non-league Wimborne. Not the fairy tale ending to one of the most Hollywood moments in football, but the name Jimmy Glass will live on forever as the scorer of that goal, arguably the most important in any club's history.
Yeah, good evening and welcome to the Sports Bar on talkSPORT. I'm Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy alongside me. Are going to be taking more calls on whether Manchester United should be back in the League Cup. 03 717 22 3344. But first, it's time to take a look back at this weekend's Premier League action in association with talkSPORT Bet.
Bring it on with talkSPORT Bet. Download the app or visit talksportbet.com to see all our latest sign-up offers. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
Ludicrous. I can't accept that.
And Chelsea somehow have a 2-goal lead that they barely deserve.
What about this? 5 minutes gone. Tottenham 0, Bournemouth 1. Evan Nilsson has put the cherries in front.
It is Sunderland 2, Brentford 1. Wilson Isidore on as a substitute.
Another defeat for Wolves. Now third in a row at the start of this campaign, and it's finished Wolves 2, Everton 3.
Oh, and he's put it in the back of the net. Bruno Fernandes puts the ball in the back of net. Manchester United 3, Burnley 2 from the penalty spot.
Full time, Leeds 0, Newcastle 0.
Brighton and Hove Albion match winner, surely with just a minute to go. And Brian Gruder has got it as they come from behind to be the might of Manchester City.
Well, this is absolutely remarkable. Nottingham Forest 0, West Ham United 3.
What a goal! Liverpool 1, Arsenal 0. It's an absolute net buster from Szoboszlai.
Getting with a colour! What a moment! Wow. And if this is goodbye, you couldn't have a better finish.
If ever Aston Villa got a bogey team, it's Crystal Palace.
Yes, the Premier League weekend roundup on the Sports Bar. We'll run you through some of the other talking points from the weekend. Brighton 2, Man City 1. Let's start with that. Here's what City gaffer Pep Guardiola had to say after the game.
We stopped to play, and we play more direct, more long balls. That is more difficult, and we were not together connection. But so we make a really good hour. So against a team is strong, we have a good rhythm. We create enough chances the first half to score more goals. In the first 15 minutes were our best through the passes, through the control. But at the end, so we concede a goal and have to shift the game.
He seems a bit down and a bit.
It's a terrible result, mate.
Yeah.
It's a terrible result. They got turned over by your mob, right? Convincingly.
Yeah.
They should not lose that game, Man City, 1-0 up against Brighton. Brighton, they get the winner. You think to yourself, how's that been allowed to happen? How can City, under Pep, get from a situation where they should take all 3 points? Okay, we know football can change, right? You take a point. To lose it, that is a terrible result. And not enough spotlight's been put on it because of what happened with your mob, Arsenal, the big games over the weekend, Villa getting rolled over again convincingly. The truth is, that's a bad result. And they've got Man United next game. Can you imagine what the landscape looks like if Manchester United beat City? And I can't see that happening, right? But you know what football's like? I couldn't see Brighton beating them. Then we really do start to talk about, because let's be honest, right? Amorim's coming from a huge amount of stick, right? And it's not just this season; it's last season. These are a culmination of what's happened and getting knocked out by Grimsby. But I tell you, if Man United beat City, you watch the spotlight turn on City.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big game for both, because if whoever loses, if there is a loser, the spotlight goes firmly back on the pair of them, whoever it might be, one of them.
Yeah. Is Pep unsackable?
No manager's unsackable, but he's got enough in the bank right now for him to be riding this out, right? Do you remember they went through that run? They lost 6 on the spin last season?
Oh, man.
Do you remember that? Right?
They was having a nightmare.
That every game they turned up, they got beat, and they were terrible. And eventually they managed to get footing in the league.
Yeah.
And they made a couple of signs in January. And Mamouche had an impact. 1 or 2 other players had, come back from injury and so on and so forth. And they managed to get third in the end, which actually there was a point where it looked like they could miss out on top 4.
Yeah.
If they go through a similar run now, questions will be asked. Questions will be asked. How can this happen again? Especially the money they spend. I think people look back on maybe they underestimated the squad. They didn't react quick enough in the market. They saw players like Carl Walker move and go in the January and go out on loan. But they've had time to look at this squad now, reevaluate, look at it, and invest. I don't think he can afford to go through anything similar to what he went through last season, because then the pressure will be on. Because this squad has been built to challenge.
Yeah.
To win it this season, they'll go close, you expect. If they don't, wow, then I think the pressure will be on him yesterday.
Okay, all right, let's move on to Man United. Now, you scraped past Burnley at home on Saturday. Unbelievable moment. Here's Ruben Amorim post-match.
It's a good moment in the end, but during the game we feel a little bit, I think everybody, happy to see the team returning a little bit to the standard, to press. Sometimes we are playing well, sometimes I'm not playing so well, but we are focused in the game. But then frustration because we had so many chances and we can help each other to score that chances, to control better the game. And today, especially in the first half, we have moments that is hard to explain, but that is the moment that we are in, and sometimes there is no explanation. We suffered 2 goals with, if you try to remember the occasions that this team had against us, it's a difficult moment in that department. But I think, like I said on Wednesday, football was fair today, and we deserve it.
You say football's fair today. Football's not fair. There's no such thing.
Burnley fans won't be feeling very fair, would
but
they?
Jayden Anthony, he's given the 90+7 or 90+6 penalty. It's a ridiculous decision. United got out of jail.
Yeah, they did.
They got out of jail. They defensively, they still haven't come to grips with the system, the way they want to play. They are vulnerable. You feel you can get at them. Teams will go for Burnley, a team that's just newly promoted, and on the back of getting beaten by Grimsby, they conceded 2 goals. They conceded 4 goals against Grimsby and Burnley, right? and they get out of jail. Football will never change. It's always a results-driven industry. It's all about the result. But you can't help but look beyond the result as an analyst and think about, this can't carry on.
Can't keep playing the way they're playing.
This can't keep carrying on.
Yeah.
Something's got to give. You've got to find more. There's got to be more in a performance. There's got to be more substance to what you're looking at. You know, yeah, United fans would have come away, but most United fans with a sensible head in there would have come away and gone, wow. Wow. And do you know what?
A minute away from getting booed off the pitch.
You take those wow moments, you take those bits of good fortune, a ridiculous decision by Anthony to give that penalty away, and they score it. But they can't keep doing that, United. There's got to be a moment where the United step up. They played well against Arsenal, but they got beat. There's got to be a point in this season. It feels like it might come because it has to come, doesn't it?
Well, they've got some good players, and Blemo I really like, Cunha I like as well. So we'll see. But Bruno, look, I don't see him as a centre midfield player. They need legs in midfield. I just don't think they've got it. It's still ropey at the back. Goalkeeper situation is a bit of a disaster. So, do you think he lasts the season, Amarin?
Not if it carries on performing the way they do now.
Okay, what do you think then? Do you think it will carry on?
There's not a lot of evidence to suggest there's a huge amount of change. It might be slowly catching a monkey. It might be one of those that it takes time, and there might be some good results and bad results. But the next two games they've got, City away, Chelsea home.
Yeah.
Right? And then there's the next international break. If he doesn't pick, he's got to find a way, Amarin, to not just win a game like they did against Burnley, but, have a little bit of substance about it. Get the team playing in a way that he wants them to play. There's no evidence. I don't see this Amarin style of football. Against Fulham, the game before, first 20, 25 minutes, they were brilliant. Everton, Man United. They were excellent. They could have been 2 or 3 up, right?
Yeah.
Didn't take the chances, right? After that, the last half an hour of that game against Fulham, they didn't look fit, United. They looked way off it. And Fulham, on another day, against better opposition, they go and lose that game. So it's about taking chances when you dominate a game. And when you're going through rough moments, how can you stay together? How can you stay? The goal they score with Emma Smith-Rowe, it's quite a simple goal. Cross from the left-hand side, in swinger. He's on the end of it. It's like, how's that happen? You saw the 2 goals against Burnley. Oh, my God. And there were other moments. Burnley had a goal chalked off by a millimetre of a sleeve. I still need to explain that to me. Now, these are little moments in games they get away with. There has to be a moment in this Amarin tenure in the next 10 games or so where they win games and they win them and you go, there's the Amarin look.
Yeah.
That's what United fans can look forward to seeing. I can't see it yet. I really can't. 25 minutes against Fulham first half. I've seen other bits against Arsenal. They lost one and drew one of those games. And another day, they dropped points against Burnley. So something's got to change. That can't carry on.
Let's just finish with West Ham. They battered Nottingham Forest on Sunday. Here's Graham Potter, who spoke to talkSPORT after the game.
3 points, great performance. Tactically, the boys were really good, and then carried a threat all the way through the game. I felt restricted Forest to not too much, and to win 3-0 away from home. It's fantastic especially when the 2 weeks we've had, and the amount of noise you have to deal with, and the criticism, all that stuff that comes with the world we're in. Great for the players. I'm really happy for them.
If there was any result I didn't expect to see at the weekend, it was that one.
Totally agree. And that's just talking on the back of Amarin, right? That Graham Potter performance there, right? Okay, Nuno's going through his own things with Marinakis. And it might have been, you look back and say that was a good time to play them. But they were really good. They went to a back 4. They were good, solid. Forest were disappointing on the day, but take nothing away from West Ham. It wasn't a 3-0 scoreline. 1-0, maybe 2-0 at push. It could have been 4-0 had Wilson not taken the ball off Bowen's toe. I mean, it was a brilliant run from him. Massive win.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a huge bit.
They got to do them performances more consistently.
Yeah, but he's
obviously in them.
But he's been playing a 3.
Yeah.
He's gone to a 4.
Yeah.
Maybe Amarin's not going to do that.
I'd love to see Man United going back to a 4.
Well, he ain't doing it.
I know.
I've never seen it. He's done it once in a game.
Man United have got a really exciting team as a 4. 4-2-3-1.
Well, he ain't doing
it. Bruno in the middle, Cunha off the left, and Buemo off the right. Sesko up front. And then you get two holding midfielders, legs around you. Kobe Manu, Casemiro. They've got an exciting team. They really have. This formation, I think, is killing them.
Well, credit to West Ham, by the way, because they absolutely deserved. And Forest was stale. They were off at Forest. But
all right, well, look, we're going to move on. We're going to be joined by former Premier League referee Dermot Gallagher to go over that shambles in the Chelsea game. You're listening to the Sports Bar on talkSPORT with talkSPORT Bet. Download the new talkSPORT Bet app today. 18 plus. We're going with dog.
Bring it on with talkSPORT Bet. Download the app or visit talksportbet.com to see all our latest sign-up offers. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
Yeah, this is the Sports Bar on talkSPORT. Me, Jamie O'Hara, Jason Cundy. Got midnight triv tonight. Help us out. 03 717 22 3344. But now it's time for this. No stab. All right. Former Premier League referee Dermot Gallagher. Hi, Derm.
Hi, guys. No music tonight.
No, shambles out there. Honestly.
Even Derm.
As bad as you, these guys out there, mate. Derm, you lot. You're a shambles.
Oh, Jamie, stop it.
Derm, I've had enough of it already, you lot.
Oh, dear. Two and a half weeks in.
Derm, get your tin out on, buddy.
Mate, I've got 3 pages, Derm. I've got 3 pages of you referees.
I'm surprised you've only got 3.
Get the clown outfit on. You should get the clown outfit on.
I hung my referee's kit up, Jamie.
It's a joke. Obviously the big one is the one that PGMOL Howard Webb has come out and acknowledged that they misjudged a decision to disallow Josh King's goal, ruined his moment in the sun. What do you make of that decision?
Can I just stop you there, right?
Go on.
It doesn't matter how old you are, whether he's 18 or 58.
No, I know.
Right? His age has got nothing to do with it. So let's not that influence the decision.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying it did. I'm not saying it influenced it, but it's a terrible decision.
No, that
doesn't matter how old you are.
Then why mention it?
Well, because it's Josh King. It's a moment he could have lived and had forever. And
fine.
These referees have took it away.
Yeah.
I just looked at it, and it's just the only certainty thing is we all know it's not a foul. I mean, it's an amazing bit of skill by Munoz to take the ball away. You know, Chalobah comes in from behind him. He actually makes a challenge on Munoz rather than the other way round. That's the ironic thing. His foot goes under him. It's inevitable. There's going to be some kind of physical contact, which is what happens in the game. He spins away. The game goes on. Josh King scores a brilliant goal. And I heard, well, they're checking this. And the first thing I said is he's not offside because he's in his own half.
Yeah.
And the guy next to me said, but I said, he's definitely in his own half when he starts his run. And the Shadow Reaper said, yeah. And somebody said, no, they're checking for a foul. And now, the thing at that point, Jamie, you always think, oh, yeah, it could be so-and-so. But I had no idea. And just look, and when I saw it, I just went, well, it's just not a foul. I didn't think it was a foul.
Well, it said it was a careless challenge, I mean...
Yeah. But I think...
It's not.
I think that... Really, I think there's a number of things. Just to finish off what happened, and I'll try and explain how I think it happened.
Go on.
I mean, when he was sent to the screen, I was really surprised he was sent to the screen. I was equally surprised that when he went to the screen, he didn't just hold his ground and say no.
But they never do, though, Derm.
Well, ironically, the same referee at Chelsea against Bournemouth did. Actually went to the screen and didn't produce a red card for Cucurella or whoever pulled Cucurella about the Bournemouth player.
But 90% of the time, right, when they go to that screen, they're changing their mind, right? Because you're giving them these stills, you're giving them these images, and you're making them second guess because they've sat there and gone, we think you've got this wrong. Right? That's why they get sent to the screen.
Yeah, well, I think by definition, Jamie, when you're sent to the screen, because the criteria is a clear and obvious error, I think 9 times out of 10, when you go to the screen, you're already under pressure because you think, well,
what is this clear and obvious error, Derm? I mean, listen, look, you're a good ref, Derm, a really good ref.
Thank you.
Howard, these guys in the VAR room, if you can sit there at your grand old age and sit there and go, yeah, I've got that wrong. You're a retired Premier League referee, Derm. These guys are meant to be on it.
Yeah, but
they're meant to be on the ball. Like, it's a shambles.
I just wonder if now he's just been too forensic. He's looked and looked and looked, and whether I don't know, he got it in his head that, oh, there's been a standing on the foot there, I've got to check this, and he's watched it and he's just come to the conclusion
But then it's not clear and obvious then, is it? Do you know what I mean?
Well, what happened, what didn't help also, is he kept watching the loop, didn't he, of the foot coming down on the foot. And in context, that's not really what happened. We can show, I can show a still picture of you with your hand on my shoulder, and it looks as though you're pushing me, but for all intents and purposes, I might be backing into you. It doesn't prove anything. You've got to show the thing at real speed in the context of what it is. And I think that's where the error was made.
Here's a question for you, Dom. Is there, VAR's here to stay. We know that. He ain't going nowhere,
yes,
right?
Definitely.
Is there a point, right? Because this clear and obvious, and they're looking at it, it's taking ages all the time, and we're trying to say, on-field decisions, we want to stick with them. This clear and obvious situation where they're scrutinising moments, is there an argument to say that there should be a timer, and you say, this is the timer to you make a decision. You got 30 seconds, a minute max. And because if you're looking for longer than 30 seconds, it ain't clear and obvious.
Well, I think you're right, but it's not clear enough. And I also think many, many times when an error has been made, and in fairness, we talk about them because they're not epidemic. The errors made by the VAR over the last 3-4 years have dropped year on year on year. So, which is really, really good. There's always going to be errors. We've got to accept that. Players miss penalties. Forwards miss open goals. Referees are going to make mistakes. It's the nature of the beast. We're never going to have an exact science. No. Football's not for that.
No.
But I think what we've got to do is try and keep ironing out them things. And I just think sometimes when you watch a thing too often, you actually outthink yourself.
Well, that's what I mean.
A great example. Do you remember the handball, Dele Alli, Tottenham and Everton all them years ago? And the VAR watched it over and over and over again. And I just thought it's handball. I looked at it once, I thought it's handball.
Yeah.
And the more he watched it, the more I said, he's not going to give this. And he didn't. And I'd come to the conclusion that he'd actually watched it so many times that he convinced himself of something that didn't happen. Because, you know, when you're a player, when you see something, you have a gut reaction, don't you? And your gut reaction, 95% of the time, is right.
For the record, I said this. I was doing comms for Chelsea TV. I called it at the time. I said it's not a foul. I said I said when I saw it, I agree with you, Dom. I thought it was offside. And I thought no, it can't be. He's in his own half. And when I saw the challenge, because we got the monitors, I said to the commentator Ben I was speaking to, I was saying, "There's no way they're going to send him over to have a." There's no way they're looking at this. VAR's not going to look at it. And then VAR started looking. I was saying, there's no way they're going to send him over to the monitor. It's not, and then he sent him over. When that happened, but here's the thing for me, Derm. The culture has got to change from when referees are sent to the screen. The culture is set in stone now, pretty much. And that culture, and you often use this phrase, that all options are available to him. I don't believe that's true, though, Derm, because the culture is that when a referee goes over there, I don't genuinely believe that he feels all options are available to him. I think that he feels that the option that he has gone with instinctively, you just mentioned about gut reaction, I genuinely believe that number shrinks. And I think he goes over there. And the reason you said keep looking at it, they're looking to see, and they're so frightened and scared of missing something that someone else who has rewound and looked at it, and there's 3 or 4 of them, there's one of him. The culture, and this has got to come from Howard Webb, the culture has got to change. They have got to be allowed genuinely to go to that screen and genuinely feel that they are allowed to have all options. Because you might say all options available, I genuinely don't feel that they go there feeling all options available. What do you think of that?
Well, I think they are. They come back to what I said earlier to Jamie.
They're not, though, Derm, are they? They're not, are they?
Well, they are, but Jason,
they're
but
not,
I think what
they're
happens
not, though.
is,
That's the point I'm making. You say
I
they
think
are.
you're hamstrung a bit by the fact that if somebody's looked at a monitor and he's got to say, well, this meets the threshold, this is a clear and obvious error. The fact that he sent me, say you're the VAR and you send me to the screen.
Yeah.
By definition, I've already got in my head, I think, I've got this wrong.
No, he's made you look at it. He's given you another view. He's thinking.
He can only make you look at it if he thinks you've made an error.
No, yeah, okay.
He can't send you just to
right.
For you to
Well,
check
then you've kind of answered the question. He has no other option.
Well, he does.
He doesn't.
We saw it in the World Cup, didn't we?
No, but I'm talking about. But that's what I'm saying. The Premier League culture has got to change. The World Cup culture is different. I don't think the culture with referees allowed to go into the screen. I genuinely feel, and I believe you, Derm, when you say all options available to him. I genuinely know you're being honest, but I don't feel that Rob Jones went up to that screen at the weekend. I genuinely felt if you had to give him where I think he feels immediately going over there, I'm going to have to change my mind, and that has got to change. That's what.
Well, I think in his head, he thinks that guy thinks I made a mistake, and he's seen it on the TV. I get that, and as I said earlier, by definition, if I'm being sent to the screen, because you consider I've made a clear and obvious error, when I go across there, I know the protocol, and I know you can only send me if you think it's a clear and obvious error. Yeah. So already, in my head, I can only speak for myself. In my own head, I'd be going to that screen thinking, I might have dropped a rickets here.
Fine.
But I've still got to be strong enough in mind to go and look at that incident. I have to tell you, Jason, honestly, I was positive in my mind that Rob Jones would say, no, I'm going to stick by this.
Right.
I'm not going to go with it.
Do you know what, Derm, right? Okay. I'm glad you said that because I've done the comms for Chelsea TV and I said, I'm paraphrasing now because I can't remember word for word, but as he's gone over, I'm more or less said, he's going to change his mind here. Honestly, because that's the culture in which we're now living with in the Premier League. The referees, they're only strong to a point. It feels that Stockley Park it's like the God of VAR. God is telling you to change your religion. God is telling you this is how I've seen it.
You see it in the ground, Derm.
Right.
You feel it, don't
Derm, you do.
You
And
feel
this
it.
is the
As soon
problem.
as they go to the monitor, Derm, everyone in the crowd goes, "Oh, here we go."
Yeah, everyone knows it.
Everyone knows.
Fulham
That's
fans
it.
knew it. Chelsea fans
That's
knew it.
it. Decision's going our way.
Yeah, and for him, he would have really, even though it was against my team, he would have made a real stand if he'd stuck to the problem I think he might have had, Derm, and again, we're kind of digressing here, is that I'm not completely sure he saw it happen. Because when he doesn't see it happen, and now he's been shown the video, if he sees that in real time, he might go, I didn't think it was a foul. I'm not convinced he saw it, because not too many people in the stadium did. I didn't see it. I was doing the comms. I think referees have got to be empowered, genuinely empowered by Howard Webb, and saying, you go to the screen, you go with how you feel. Don't feel as though you're going to get bullied or shot down or spoken to any different way. Or because he's the face of this decision. And I know that Salisbury was the fourth official in VAR, right? Salisbury? Have I got the right?
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Yeah.
But here's the mad thing. He gets stood down. Yet Rob Jones has made the call. So that's a contradiction. How can you stand down a referee when the VAR has said, we think you made a mistake, have a look, yet the one that's made the decision doesn't take the blame. Yet Rod Salisbury, I don't get that either.
Well, we don't know yet, do we? Because there hasn't been another fixture list since that game for Rob Jones.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. Right.
All right, Derm, listen, mate. I love the fact you come on and front up
Cheers,
to it.
Derm.
You're a star,
yeah, well
matey.
done. Good lad.
Just sort yourselves out, Derm. Yeah, get in the WhatsApp.
Right, easy, poor.
Get in that WhatsApp group, pal. Tell them to sort the game out. Ruining it.
Yeah, have a good week, both. Bye.
Cheers, bud.
Derm, see you later. Former Premier League referee.
Dermot O'Query.
Poor Derm.
Now we get the music.
Yeah, I know.
Now we get it.
Shambles.
You know what, Derm? It's hard for Derm because he sees both sides. Right?
Yeah, of course.
He knows what we're saying.
Yeah,
right?
I know. But if he sees both sides, surely these referees are in the game getting paid. Should see both sides.
Rob, everyone's dropped a ball. Everyone. Yeah. But Rob could have held on to that ball. And even though against my team, right, and I've benefited and I'm grateful for it, I think for the good of the game, that decision there had to stick. But by the way, anyone that says it's the worst decision in Vienna, the fallout from this has been absolutely ridiculous, by the way. Because as a Chelsea fan, I can give you half a dozen right off the bat against your mob when Ramiro pulled down Cucurella. Remember that?
Yep. Well, we've got to move on. A new feature, Cundy's Question Time, where he answers some hard-hitting questions. That's coming up next. You're a good ref, Derm, a really good ref.
Thank you.
You are listening to the Sports Bar on talkSPORT. Me, Jamie O'Hara, and Jason Cundy. You're going to bring you tomorrow's back pages as soon as we get them. But first, it's time for a brand new feature, Cundy's Question Time. Brilliant. This is our brand new feature, Cundy's Question Time. Cundy, you've been at talkSPORT for about 50 years. People in the office think you're a bit of a wally, a bit of a clown that doesn't know much. So we've asked people in the production office to put some questions to you. Hard hitters. I've got a list of 10 questions here. Let's start with the first one. Okay, you ready for this? It's proper questions. Yeah? What's your favourite presenter that you've worked with?
Bizot.
Okay, good answer. What's your favourite colour?
Bizot.
Cundy, what's your favourite meal in the talkSPORT canteen?
Marco Bizot.
Good answer, that's fair. Who do you blame for England not winning a major tournament since 1960?
Bizot.
Who held Aston
Bizot.
Villa's Premier League goal scoring record before Ollie Watkins?
Bizot.
Breakfast figures on Thursday considerably low compared to the rest of the week. Who's to blame for that?
Marco Bizot.
If you could pick anyone in an all-time Aston Villa 11 up front, who would you pick?
Marco Bizot.
What former Sheffield Wednesday loanee co-hosted talkSPORT Breakfast alongside Alan Brazil on Thursday?
Marco Bizot.
Good answer. If you could have one talkSPORT pundit up front, who would it be?
Marco Bizot.
Brilliant. What talkSPORT pundit would you say is the fastest in their playing days?
Bizot.
Okay. Who won Premier League Player of the Month in November 2007?
Marco Bizot.
And lastly, Alan Brazil, Breakfast Show, has a few co-presenters. Who do you think is his favourite?
Ali McQuist.
That was Cundy's Question Time. We're back next week.
Oh, no, you're full of it now. Hey? You beat City the other day.
Yeah, flying, mate.
You said Noel a photograph in the bucket hat with Oasis on the front.
I did.
You've got some nerve, you, by the way.
He said, you best be careful, son. You won't be coming to see us again. Still to go, we've got the Midnight Train. Get your calls in about that. Midnight Train? No, we're doing a Midnight Triv. Get it right, boys. Honestly, shambles out there. But first, our biggest competition today is now live, and we're giving you the chance to win Oasis tickets, plus a whopping 25 grand. 2 lucky winners, not 1, 2. We'll win a pair of Oasis tickets when they return to Wembley on the 27th of September. Cannot wait to see him again. Plus, that's not all. Alongside the tickets, we're giving you the chance to win a whopping 25 grand. For all the details on how to enter this amazing competition, listen up right now.
18 plus, UK excluding Northern Ireland. For a chance to win, text the word Oasis to 83338 and you're in the draw. Text costs £2 plus 1 standard network rate message. You must have the bill payer's permission. Or you can enter for free by calling 0330 880 338. All entries must be received by the 19th of September at 9 a.m. This is a talkSPORT limited promotion run on talkSPORT, Talk and Virgin Radio UK stations. Full terms and conditions at talksport.com.
Right, now it's time for this.
JC.
Back pages, Jack Cunningham, right, Jackie?
Evening, lads. How's doing? You good?
Yeah, all right, mate. We're all good. It's funny how you ain't come in the studio. Now Isak's gone.
Yeah, you bottled, didn't you?
Yeah, bottled it. Yeah, back in your little lounge.
Yeah.
I'll be in next week.
When you thought Isak was staying, you couldn't stay out of here.
I know. I was in all the time, wasn't I? Yeah.
Is that a bottle of whiskey on the back of your bed? You all right?
Honestly, it's hard, you know. It really has.
Is that a pot or something there as well? What is that?
Is that
a bit of chow mein or something you got over there?
No, that's my Tupperware for my meals.
I'd like to know what's in that red pot. Is it?
The red pot. Oh, that's what's that? Oh, that's some Percy Pigs. That.
What?
Percy Pigs. You know, he's got a bottle of whiskey, Percy Pigs, and Tupperware.
No way to speak about your
bedside cabinet. I love it. Let's
good night in, by the way. I had a few nights like that in.
It's a great night. Percy Pigs.
It's a good night. It is.
The chow mein. Bottle of whiskey. Lovely. Right, let's get to some back pages. On the Sun, Gay to snub deal at Palace. There's a shock.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, feels like this isn't even remotely a surprise, but obviously Mark Gahey is not going to sign a new contract at Crystal Palace. I mean, of course, he saw his dream move to Liverpool fall through at the death on the transfer deadline day, of course. And look, now we're going to get to the point where in January, numerous other clubs are going to come in for him. So I think talkSPORT understands that Bayern Munich are potentially going to come in for Gahey as well. So, you know, it's going to not just be Liverpool. I do feel like at the end of the day, he probably will just end up at Liverpool no matter what. I feel like at that point, you kind of agreed. He agreed to move there already. Knows that Ibrahima Konate could potentially be leaving as well. So it does make sense, that deal, that he does eventually go to Liverpool. And look, but what I will say about Gahey is I'm expecting nothing more from him to, you know, knuckle down and be a real professional until now in January. I think there was rumours he was going to release a statement potentially today about the deal falling to bits, but in the end, that hasn't happened, and he's rocked up for England training today. So it was a rival. He was all smiles and stuff, probably just for the cameras. But look, let's see what happens between now and January. Obviously, I don't think Palace are even going to get the fee that they wanted again.
No.
But look, that's going to be another story again in January, isn't it?
Yeah, and he's the way he's come across, conduct himself. He's in the England squad. He actually does, and he probably knows it. He's got the world at his feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got 6 months left.
Basically,
he's in control.
Yeah, he has, and as disappointing as his dream move collapsing is, he's still a Premier League footballer. He's still a captain. He's playing European football. He's going to start probably if everything goes, God willing, he's going to start for England in the World Cup if we get there. And he's probably going to get his move to Liverpool anyway. It's 12 months of a little bit of disappointment, but he's still doing the job he loves. He's still well paid, and you know, good luck to the boy because he comes across a great lad. So fingers crossed.
Really does.
Yeah, fingers crossed things go for him. FA to pay huge costs to Forest. So says the back page of the Times. What's this all about, JC?
Yeah, this is really confusing, to be fair. But do you remember the Forest tweet where they sort of called out 3 extremely poor decisions, 3 penalties not given? So this all relates to that. So obviously, in the end, Forest got charged initially about £1 million that was eventually reduced to £750,000. And the guy who was in charge was a guy called Graham McPherson. And he then got hired onto the panel for the appeal. So Forest obviously were baffled by that because he was the one who decided that they were going to get fined. And then he got hired onto the panel for the appeal. So Forest have then appealed against that. And basically, from the result of that, they feel the FA have now been charged a six-figure sum. They've lost the legal battle, essentially. Forest have won. And essentially, over that, they're going to have to pay out a huge fine. I mean, obviously, again, it is this really confusing thing, but it all relates to, obviously, that insane tweet that Forest put out. Obviously, the FA have decided not to comment on this as well. They feel like there's no reason to go back on it. But, look, it's just another one of these mad things that goes on under Marinakis, isn't it? It seems like it's just a basket case of a football club. But what we'll say about him is, although it's pretty mental how it goes on, he does try and do the best for Forest no matter what. Like, in the end, if you look at what they've done this summer, they've actually had a really good summer, to be fair.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's puts his money where his mouth is.
What's his space, though, with the manager?
Yeah, I think that's it's a shame, actually, because I really like Nuno. He's done an unbelievable job as well, what they did last season. But it feels like, for whatever reason, that relationship seems to be breaking down, and that result of the weekend didn't do anything.
Yes, maybe you can look back at that result and think, that carries on.
Yeah, he's going to be under real pressure. Back page of the Mirror, we've haddock enough. What's this one?
Yes, obviously Manchester United could have appealed their defeat to Grimsby because I think we've seen that Grimsby basically fielded an ineligible player.
Yeah.
So Clark Adore was registered at 12:01 p.m. on the day prior. You had to do it by 12 p.m. In fairness to Grimsby, they actually reported themselves. So I think that's why the EFL took maybe a sort of a less harsh stance on it, and essentially in the end they give them a £20,000 fine. £10,000 of that has been suspended until the end of the season. Manchester United could have appealed it if they wanted to. They decided not to in the end, despite the fact a lot of Man United fans have called for it. I think Goldstein was on Drive earlier on. He called for Grimsby to be thrown out of the competition.
Well, Cundy thinks they should be as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those, isn't it? At the end of the day, they did break the rules. The
rules
are there.
Competition rules apply, right?
Yeah, I think what we'll say is that if you look at the past times this has happened, it's only happened once. So in 2023, and that was the FA Cup rather than the EFL Cup. The last time it happened in the EFL Cup was 2019, and Liverpool were fined £200,000 but didn't get kicked out. I think that was Pedro Chavella. They failed it, so he was ineligible, and they got fined £200,000. Meanwhile, in the FA Cup in 2023, Barnsley were kicked out in a first-round replay for using an ineligible player. So I think it's almost just a kind of case of they haven't really got an overall rule for it, maybe. So the EFL to take it on a different view and the FA take a different view as well. And in the end, the EFL have decided that a fine, probably because Grimsby have also self-reported it as well. And in the end, Grimsby are going to play for Wednesday.
Surely they know when the registrations come in, right?
Yeah, I know.
They can't have looked at it and gone,
That's what I was saying. That's what I was confused about. How did they really not know? Did they have to?
Don't know.
Really find that out?
Maybe someone's missed the email time. Or whatever it is. Fax. They still do faxes these days. I don't know.
No,
Instagram
exactly.
Sent it from on X.
DM.
It slid into the DMs a bit late.
Slid in late.
We've all done that.
We've all slid in late, haven't we? After a night out. 2 minutes past 12.
A night on the whiskey and Percy Pigs.
Saying that Grimsby had a big night out and slid into the EFL's DMs late. Is that what's happened here?
2-footed to DMs.
Terrible. Just before we let you go, Shearer raps Isak, back page of The Sun.
Yeah, well, I mean, Shearer obviously not happy with Isak, is he? So, I mean, I think this all goes back to obviously the agent thing. If you look at equally, I think Shearer had a big interview with Isak earlier in the year, and he asked him about a new contract, and Isak totally just avoided the question. That's been resurfacing today.
Yes, I've seen that.
Yeah, it's quite funny. We finally look back at it. Actually, he did just totally ignore the question. And I think obviously Shearer's going to have a different view, isn't he, too?
I know, but Shearer's been involved in football. He's been involved all his life. He's not stupid. He knows.
He's not. I think he's obviously got his Newcastle head on, hasn't
I
he?
know, and he'd be hurt, and I get that.
Yeah.
But he also knows the industry.
Yeah, he does. He does know the industry. And look, at Shearer, if it was a different player, I'm pretty sure. I think he's tweeted about Kane before. You know, when Kane sort of was looking to leave Tottenham. No, I saw that resurface as well. So maybe it's just again, maybe it is because it is the Newcastle thing.
He's invested.
Yeah, he's so invested. I get it. It's difficult, isn't it? And look,
no, fair enough.
But look, it's done now. You know, he's there, Sweden training today. He's with the Langer and Kraft. Saw them like laughing on and stuff because. At the end of the day as well, so obviously Botman and Gordon commented on Instagram. Some Newcastle fans were annoyed about that. I think that's a non-story. Look, it's their best mate. They're still mates. Like, they can wish him good luck going to a football club. Yes, it ended horribly, but that is a non-story. You know, as soon as they got on the pitch, it's going to be very different, isn't it? They're going to be full professional. But this lad, you know, Isak and Botman arrived at the same time. So, of course, they're friends. I found that a bit weird that people are getting annoyed
I agree
about.
with that.
Yeah.
All right, Jack, you're a star, mate. Thanks for coming on.
I'll catch you later.
All right, those are your back pages. We're going to do a live triv. Help us out. Need your calls. 03 717 22 3344.